how good is Alice really? That's what we're going to be covering in today's video, guys, going over the pros, cons, and 2.4 and beyond for Alice, and really going into detail whether you should be pulling this character or not, or is this character actually even good for your account. So without further ado, guys, let's just go ahead and hop into the pros first. So pro number one with her, guys, massive damage potential. You heard that right. She slaps, she claps, she absolutely faps. Now, I know Pride won't have this information on their website, so I usually use ZZZ Hakushu for my information. Now, I will say, do take all this with a grain of salt. Well, yes, I think the kid is pretty set in stone because she's in the game and you can play her, but there's always subject to change, so you do keep that in mind, guys. So let's go and hop into why she is hitting so much damage. Number one, guys, she has her core passive right here, which what this core passive is really going to be allowing her to do, guys, is whenever any member on the squad inflicts physical anomaly on the enemy, she deals additional damage for each 0.95 seconds of its active duration, equal to 2.5% of the original anomaly damage. And she has the ability to basically reproc whatever physical anomaly put on the enemy, whether that be from characters like Jane Doe or hell, even like Piper as well, right? Which I think she can be really good there. But she does an absolutely shit ton of damage. But on top of this, okay, that's great damage there. Genuinely, guys, she has some decently high multipliers with just about all of her moves as too, surprisingly high. So her base damage is relatively high comparatively to some of the other anomaly characters in the game. That's why she has a massive damage potential with her ability to reproc, and there's also her pretty decently high multipliers as well. Next, guys, she has a unique disorder mechanic. Now hopping into what this is going to be, guys, that's actually going to be the polarized assault. To kind of get into more of what that polarized assault is going to be doing, guys, essentially after you use your 3-stage basic attack, guys, she will be inflicting this ability, and what this is going to be doing is making the enemy take 100% of the original assault damage and ignore anomaly buildup. So you get bam, like that, instant proc of assault, so you don't have to wait for the bar to get up at all. And what this also does is it can trigger a disorder on the enemy. So when you pair this up with someone like Yuzahal, this can come in major clutch. But really, guys, you're instantly proccing a disorder mechanic, which can also be paired up with other physical anomaly as well, and you can get a disorder off. So what I mean by this, guys, is you can actually get your normal assault proc off and your polarized assault proc off. They count as two different anomaly procs, so you can take both of these here and then proc a disorder off. Generally, guys, this is the strongest disorder you can get in the game, I think, outside of Ether. So you're getting a really strong disorder proc off with having the ability to proc off both of these to give you disorder, and then on top of that, you're also able to reproc as well. So just a massive amount of damage all on the board and a pretty unique disorder mechanic too there. So now hopping into our next point, guys, excellent combat flow and resource management. And what I mean by this is her general overall kit disposition, right? Because whenever she triggers assault, she gets blade etiquette. Whenever you're using her ultimate move, you get your blade etiquette, right? Basically, everything that you're doing in her kit is building up to additional blade etiquette. And what her blade etiquette is, guys, is basically like every other character that has a bar. So there's 3 little bars right below her name, right, when you get these charged up. And then what you're using these blade etiquettes for is your enhanced basic attack. So you're doing a charge attack on the enemy to give you the polarized assault effect. So the faster you can build up, the better. But like I said, literally just about everything you're doing in the kit, whether that be dodging, EX specialing, literally almost anything you're doing in the kit is building that up, which then gives you the ability to that enhanced charge attack, which just overall makes the combat flow extremely well here, guys. Next here, free stats. Yeah, we love free stats with characters. We'll get into a bit of a caveat to this in a second, but having just free stats in there available off rip is going to be really nice, because of the fact that whenever you're activating her additional ability, which is really easy, all you need is anomaly or support, and that's who you're going to be ringing her with regardless anyways. Very easy activation rate for this. But anyways, on to what this is actually going to be doing is any anomaly mastery that exceeds 140, you get 1.6 anomaly proficiency. So you're able to get an absolutely massive amount of anomaly proficiency back just from exceeding anomaly mastery. And how you're getting increased anomaly mastery is like you can use some 2P sets. You can also use some W engines as well. We'll get into more of that later on in the video. She should be starting off when you have her max built up at 142 anomaly mastery. So you should already be at the margin you need to be at, and then you just improve on it from there, whether that be from the anomaly mastery main stat, your W engines, or your disk drive sets as well. So you can get it all from there. And then also can have a really good free-to-play team. She literally has the ability, guys, to work with someone like Piper, right? Which Piper is one of the best DPS that we currently have in the game, especially like a 4-star or free-to-play DPS, I should say, right? She is super solid, and with the ability for Atlas to be able to link up and play with her, I think makes her a very viable character to put on the team. On top of this as well, that means you can pair up characters like Caesar King and even Lucy as well, which then can lead to more disorder procs, because then you have Lucy's little things falling from the sky, and honestly, it just makes the team flow super well. So I can see a super good team forming with Piper, and the more free-to-play that we can get for teams and stuff, the better these characters become, in my opinion, because you can just link them up so much more. And that's not to say the team's not restrictive with her, because I do think it is, and we'll talk more about that in the con section in a second here. But overall, her having access to a super free-to-play team is really nice to see. But like every good thing, guys, there are bad things as well. Hopping into the cons, high skill ceiling, guys. We talked about like excellent combat flow and resource generation. You're only getting this excellent combat flow and resource generation if you were putting your whole bussy into it. I genuinely think, guys, that she's going to be having the expert tag, okay? If you're not good at the game, she might come harder than you than most. So she is going to have a higher skill ceiling, so I do see that as a con because she's not Oonga Boonga Brain, and most people are not going to be able to play her as effectively as you might like. Next up, guys, while she does have a free-to-play team, high reliance on specific team comps. Guys, she really does want physical type anomaly characters, so that leaves you with Jane Doe or Piper. Not to say that she works with no one else, but to really utilize her full ability of reprocking and stuff, you really do want one of these two characters here, because when they proc off their anomaly, she has the chance to reproc the anomaly. Honestly, I think Jane Doe is going to get a huge bump up here from someone like Alice, just because of the fact that Jane Doe's anomaly procs are already so massive. You get an extra proc on top of that, and Jane Doe also can play off of Alice as well, so for that matter, genuinely, guys, I like the team comp, but that doesn't mean she's not restricted, because I do think her kit does make her more inclusive to playing with other physical type characters. Now on to the next point, guys, which is intensive resource management generation. Yeah, guys, I mean, like I said, it does flow, but if you don't meet the high skill ceiling to match this flow, you're going to have to make sure you're doing resource management correctly. And just in general, resource management for her is going to be really big. Like, you don't want to be wasting the 3 bars here to get an instant proc off if you don't have another disorder lined up, right? Or another anomaly proc lined up for her, right? So you do want to make sure you're managing that correctly, and make sure you're doing this in the right windows as well. Like, you don't want to do this all the time. Like, if you're about to go into a stun window, it might be better to hold off on this and then wait here in the stun window and then hit it off, right? But resource management is definitely a thing with her. Now, on to the last point here, guys. We have to get more free anomaly proficiency. Guess what she needs? Yeah, guys, guess what she needs to get more anomaly proficiency from her additional ability here, right, guys? Because you need anomaly mastery. Who would have thought what she needs, guys? Surely it's not her signature W engine. Surely not, right? Surely her signature W engine is not one of the only W engines in the game that gives you anomaly mastery off of it for completely free. Surely that's not the case, right? Surely this is not another character falling victim to the fact that you need another signature W engine to get the full use of her buff. Now, while yes, this is a con, guys, and I like her W engine helps her out a lot with the amount of anomaly proficiency she has. Anomaly proficiency then equals damage from her anomaly proc, so obviously really good there. I think I like the fact that she starts off with the amount that she needs before she starts giving the buff, right? So you can already get a buff to her anomaly proficiency off RIP, and then getting her signature W engine enhances it even further. I don't think she needs it. I just want to let it be known, to really maximize that ability, you do need her signature W engine, because I mean, like, this can work, but you're losing a lot of stats here. 20% attack buff, and then, bro, every 20 seconds you can get that shit. That's fucking cooked. That's all that I have to mention on the con section, guys. Let's go to talk about 2.4 and beyond. Number 1, guys, Seed. We already know that Seed's coming to the game. She came to our drip marketing as of recording this video last night. And yeah, she's going to be an electric type character that is Assault, so Silver Soldier and B mains. If you had Silver Soldier and B in your account, they might be the move to pull for Seed, because I do genuinely think that Seed's going to help out with her pretty nicely. So I guess the only point I have to say here is if you have a Sandby, then maybe Seed's the person to go for there, right? Now on to the next character, right? I think the next character we'll get, which we haven't got announced yet, but I'm just predicting, maybe an Aftershock support to help out with Seed's damage. I can see that being something coming to the game as well, so this obviously is not going to be helping her out that much, so like, there's not really anything to worry about in like the interim, like the next patch, right? Like, she's not getting any support, right? So whatever you have for her now is gonna be what you have for her now if you just have to pull for her, right? Like, if you don't have Yuzaha, you lose a lot of value there, right? If you, like, she has a great free-to-play team, but how far is that free-to-play team really gonna be carrying you with the amount of power creep that's currently in the game with HP inflation and stuff like that? I don't know. Next up, guys, Miyabi is here now and probably better. Like, genuinely, I think Miyabi's already better than her, and Miyabi's on the banner right now as we speak. So, I mean, you could go ahead and pull Miyabi right now and have a better experience, probably. That would be my recommendation to you guys. And we'll probably see a much better anomaly DPS in the near future that will overtake Miyabi, maybe, right? Because, you know, Miyabi's been up here for, 1.4, right? We are coming up on, like, a whole version where she hasn't really been power crept all too much. I can definitely see an anomaly character coming out and being better, or at least on par with tier 0 here, that's maybe not as expertly played as someone like Alice is. I think when you're playing Alice expertly, she can maybe reach what Miyabi can do at a base level. Beyond that, though, I really don't know. I really don't think so. So that's my take on that, guys. Now, for the whole reason why you came here, should you be pulling for Alice? I think Alice is good for your account if you have Jane Doe on your account already, and you had to use the HUD on your account. I think other than that, she can work if you're just new coming to the game. She's like very free-to-play friendly. I think that's the 2 niches she fits there. If you don't have Jane Doe on your account, if you don't have your Piper built up, if you don't have Yuzuha on your account, I really don't think she's a must-pull. I think that she can work, for sure, and I think she's going to do great damage for you. I just think you're kind of cut-colded out of like what her actual potential is if you don't have these characters. So I don't think she's a must-pull by any means. I don't think you should pull on her. I think she's an easy skip, in my opinion. I think you could probably even skip even the first half of 2.4 anyways, judging from what the character we see there is, which is Seed. Anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. You guys always have opinions, and I love to hear them sometimes. Anyway, subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you in the next one, guys. Later. Bye-bye.